Okay. Okay. I think I did it. I think we're live. That's very cool. Very, very cool. It took me way longer than I thought it would to sort out some audio issues and just like get things configured. Um, I've never really worked with like multiple camera angles and stuff like this, so a little bit new. Um, since this is my first stream, I'm sure I'll be talking to myself for a little while, and that's okay. The whole idea here is to just kind of like add more improvisational stuff to my YouTube channel, more or less. I'm happy for people to join me. I hope you will kind of join me sometimes and talk about music and try to guide my creative process. The whole premise here of what I'm gonna do is I've got these two big D6s, right? And I have, let's see here. I have 6 sequencers and 6 synthesizers, plus the drum machine. I'm not counting the Roland TR-8 because it just will have to be a part of the process for some of these. So the idea is that we're gonna roll a die. It's not a dice. Dice is plural, right? Gonna roll one of these and pick a sequencer, right? And then roll the other one and pick a couple of synthesizers. Just however many sound like fun, right? If I roll for the Blofeld, I'll probably just make music with the Blofeld. I don't really need anything else. But if I roll, for instance, the Neutron, Cobalt, Argon, then I would probably roll a second synthesizer. So the idea is just to kind of keep the creative process fresh by kind of randomizing the hardware we're going to be using to make some music. So, well, I guess before we go any further, hello, my name is Michael, and I make music as Disparity Bit. I make music as a hobby, I make music for fun. I make music because it's a very natural thing for human beings to do. I have no desire to finish songs. I have no desire to market my music. It's just for fun. And this is just for fun. The stream is just for fun. But as you can see on the screen here, I've got a number of different sequencers. And my experience with each of those sequencers, each of the hands-on experiences with those devices is very different, right? The music I'm going to make from the BeatStep Pro, very, very, very different than the music I'm going to make with Zaquencer Tracker. By the way, just for the record, I am dog shit with the Tracker, okay? Please, please, please don't make me use the Tracker. I might re-roll if I roll the Tracker. But anywho, the creative experience is a little bit different depending on which sequencer you're using. The creative experience is a little bit different depending on which synthesizers I use as well. Things like, for instance, the Neutron is a monophonic synth. Cobalt and Argon and SH32 are polyphonic. Little differences like that, down to other things such as, like, for instance, the Terai Squid and the Blofeld are a good pair just because of the way they use tracks, right? So anyway, the plan is to stream on Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Central, roll a die to randomize a sequencer, pick a couple synthesizers, and just see what happens, right? And I'm not married to this concept. It just seems like fun. Yeah. So, without further ado, let me get rid of that. I'm not very skilled with the whole like visual element of this stuff. I usually I have a Sony A6400 that I shoot my like YouTube videos with. Okay, I just turned up the gain a little bit. I have a Sony a6400 that I shoot my YouTube videos with, and I like it a lot. It makes things look quite nice, in my opinion. Not as nice as Ricky Tinez's videos. I like his videos a lot because they're very, very pretty. And Cameron from Venus Theory, he's got some really pretty videos. But anyway, those are who I kind of aspire to emulate in the recorded video. But let's not dick around any longer, okay? Let me switch this to the other scene. Okay, it's working. Here we go. This is my working space. I've got some MIDI cables. I got some audio cables. I got more audio cables behind here. So I got my little dudes. I got, Karl Marx, a dog, an alligator. Good group of guys. Okay, so here's my dice. Okay, we got the kind of burnt orange one, and then the sort of piss. I need to drink more water. Piss yellow one. Okay. So I'm going to say the burnt orange one is for sequencers, and let's see what we begin with. Now, another note, of course, as you can see, not all these sequencers, if you're familiar with MIDI sequencers, they're not all created equal, right? Like the Squid does not, like basically some of these are groove boxes, right? The MPC and the Polyend boxes are all groove boxes. They've got built-in drums. There's some built-in melodic instruments. If I get one of the groove boxes on my roll, I'm just going to use the built-in drums, okay? So if I get the Squid or the Beat Step or the Zaquencer, I'll probably use a different drum machine. But anyway, here we go. 4. Okay, this is good. This is my sweet spot. This is my sweet spot. I fucking love the Zaquencer. Let me grab that off the shelf. All right, so there's the Zac, okay? Now, before I start plugging stuff in, let me see here. Let's get a couple of synthesizers picked out. All right, this is a 5. Oh, okay, this is a pretty good deal. So we've got the Roland SH32. The Roland SH32 has 4 tracks. One of those can be a drum track, and 3 of those can be melodic tracks. The Zaquencer also has 4 tracks, and so this is going to be a match made in heaven. We'll just use these 2 devices. We'll go to town. Give me a couple minutes to get this hooked up. Let's see. I guess I gotta. I know I've got the power cable to this really close by. It wasn't that long ago that I was using it. Okay. All right, 1 second. Let's see. I need a MIDI cable. And hopefully I can streamline this experience for future streams. Have some like background music ready to go, shit like that. Okay, I think I've got. All my power cables are just laying around places. You know what? I know that this, streaming experience is kind of janky. I'm going to take a second and find some background music because I think I don't want you just sitting here in silence. That's weird. Okay. I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 people in here. No big deal. We're gonna find some background music real quick, which I suspect I can just use like my own stuff that's on YouTube. I'll be completely truthful with you. I did not think about background music. It did not even like occur to me. Okay, no. Okay. Power chords. I need power chords. I'm very scatterbrained right now. Give me a second. The dog's yelling. That means there's an Amazon package. Here. I'm over on this side of the room just hunting for cables. Would have been real smart to get these figured out ahead of time. I have like all the cables except for the SH32 cable figured out. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make an executive decision. We're not going to use the SH32. I love the SH32. I was pretty excited about this, quite honestly. This is a solid roll right off the bat. But I'm going to do something more accessible. I'm going to get shit started, okay? So, while the concept of the stream long term is to do the randomization, do the rolling, I had high hopes for that tonight. I think that would be a waste of my time right this very second. So here's what's going to happen. The most accessible thing for me to do right this minute is going to be the Polyend play. I'm going to hook up the Polyend play. I'm going to tap out a little beat. Let that be my background music. And then I will figure these two out. Yeah. That's the move. Polyend. Play. Polyend power cable. Got it. There. I need the audio adapter, which is here. We've got let's see. Let's tap something out. On the Polyend play real quick. That is going to be plugged into channels 5 and 6. Okay. And you know what? I don't even know that I got those hooked up in jack. Let me fix this. 5 and 6. 5, 6. Okay. Okay, that's something, right? I think that's just like a default. No, that's one of mine. Okay. So, what we're going to do, let me fix this freaking thing. This is a mess. Okay, so we're going to move this closer in like this, and yeah, that's a little weird. Okay, good enough. Alright, so let's start a new track. I do kind of wish that the clarity on this camera was better. Like I have, this is the camera I would usually use. It's got a few different lenses. In fact, I think I just got another lens delivered. But so that camera gives a lot of clarity, but I really want to use it for like street photography. So I took it out of my streaming setup. Do you want to do a project? No. Create a new project. Okay. I'm just going to kind of go through my usual thing. If there's anybody in the chat, I am looking at the chat on this monitor. So if there's anybody here who wants to provide input on what I'm doing, any specific tempos or genres or styles, I'd be happy to entertain those kinds of that kind of input. But for me, it's at 120 beats per minute. I'm going to slow that down to about 95 because that sounds like fun to me. I am going to go to the samples menu, load sample pack. I like IDM as a style, and I like house. The house pack is pretty good in this thing. I love glitch and bass music as well. Should I try the bass, glitch and bass pack? Yeah. Load pack. It takes a minute. I wish this thing was faster to load samples, but I get it. I get it. I understand why it is the way it is. Okay. Ooh, my partner's home. Cool. Okay, samples are loaded. Let's go back here. So, on the Polyend play, I just got this very recently, and I did intentionally get the original version, not the Play Plus, right? The Play Plus has synthesizer tracks as well, which I don't care about because I've got all these synthesizers that I can't find the fucking plugs for, right? So, so I got the, when the Play Plus was released, the original Play went down in price, and so I got one of the original ones because I like to use MIDI. So when you see it with the green tracks here on this page, that is the internal sample tracks, and this page with the purple tracks, well, they look kind of just blown out white on the screen, but these are the MIDI tracks, okay? So for starters, the way I typically do things is I group, when I'm doing like drum beats on this particular device, I group these top 4 tracks and the bottom 4 tracks in such a way. So maybe like kick, snare, hi-hat, and then like texture, and then like kick, snare, hi-hat, texture. And then I can kind of mix and match, right? And it gives me a little more variety with the drums without getting too deep into like complex patterns. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm quite lazy. So let us start. Let's just drop some stuff on the track. So Polyend Play uses a pick and place methodology. So we're gonna find a sample we want. I kind of like that one. So we'll go put it there, put it there, put it there. Not quite. So I use a lot of like what I would call like mock Euclidean kinds of rhythms. They're not strictly speaking Euclidean, but I try not to keep to the regular like 4 on the floor. I try to have one element that's like a very familiar, consistent rhythm, and then the other elements to be a little more lackadaisical. So we'll do this, and then we'll find a snare sample. Okay, it's got a little more structure already. I am going to move this one to there. Okay, that's a more traditional kind of beat. We love that. That's great. Okay. Okay, let me find some hi-hats. No. Okay, so now what I think I'm going to do, I've got this track is all the, I'm not sure if you can see it really well, but it says basic snappy lo-fi. I am going to add some randomization to this. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll save that randomization so it applies it, commits it to the track. So now, like I discussed earlier, I want to do kick, snare, hat, texture. I kind of reverse these in this case. This is more of like what I would consider the texture track. So we'll do another kick, snare, hats, and texture, and then we can kind of mix and match throughout as we play along with this. So let me pick another kick. We'll do the basic one. Okay. And so a quality about the whole top tracks here is that they kind of sound good together. The bottom half is going to sound good together, but they're going to sound okay when they're mixed as well. So like I think I want like a grittier, maybe more intense snare for the bottom half. And I think on this track, I'm going to add more snare variations. In fact, let me think about this. I forget how this works. So I can use the fill function. This is the fill button up here on the top. And the Polyend Play comes preloaded with a bunch of like rhythmic ideas, right? Like a bunch of like musical ideas that you can apply to your song, and it gives you some kind of building blocks to start fresh with. So let's see here. I think I can select this track, choose fill, and we'll go. I like the drum and bass snare fills because they give a lot of like ghost notes and stuff. Oh, okay, not that one. Okay, I'm going to change it. It changed my sample for some reason, so I'm going to change that back. Okay, I think the ringer snare is pretty good. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so now we are going to do more hi-hats. So sample, folder, hats. I'll be honest with you, the hi-hats in this particular pack don't give you a lot of flexibility in my opinion. So maybe there's another folder. I think there's like a perk folder. Transition. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is use the same fill technique to fill this with a hi-hat. Okay, that's pretty good. It works for me. So now, this is how I'd be using the device, and I am using the device, without thinking about any melodic tracks, right? Because I still plan on using a MIDI synthesizer to do most of the other work. So, what I'm going to do, let me think about this. I need more water. I'm just, my brain's going a mile a minute. I still want to get the SH32 power chord. For some reason, I don't know where the Zackwinser power chord is, which is like bizarre to me because it's like one of my most commonly used devices. So I gotta find that. And the question is, how interesting do I need to make the music to give myself time to do those couple of things? So what I'm going to do I'm going to get rid of a couple of these tracks. So I'm going to use track 3 and track 8 as melodic. So, need to pick another sample. Let's do a bass sample. Whoa. Okay, I kind of like this. I don't normally go for percussive bass sounds, but I kind of like this one. So the way I do basses is I normally do rhythmic sequencing first, and then melodic sequencing. So I'll just pick where I think it should hit, which is more or less going to be in time with the kick drum. We'll put it down here. We're going to put it on that one, then we're going to offset it, and then we'll line it back up again. So do is like do like a bow, you know? Whoops. Okay, that's pretty good. I like that. Let me find. You know what else I'm going to do real quick is I'm not 100% confident on this melodic, like matching this melodic thought with other melodic thoughts. So I'm going to lock the device to a scale. Let's call it A sharp Dorian. Sure, why the fuck not? Sample. You know what else I'm going to do is turn down the filter. Yeah, that's better. Oops. Ooh. Okay, that was a little bit of a mess. Hit this one with the parameter lock on the reverb send and delay. And I'm going to change the filter. And then I'm going to randomize the actual samples that are being used here. Nah, I don't think that's very good. I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but it's not enough. See what other melodic things we can find. Wait, what was that? Oh, sure. That works. We'll put it. No, that's not right. Oh, they're all overlapping. Hold on a second. I forget how this works. They're all overlapping. I need to make it to where when the next one triggers, it cuts this one off. I forget where that function is. Shoot. Huh. Guess we can just do the sample end. a little too much. Okay, that's not bad. If I'm being honest with you though, I don't love any of these samples. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to start fresh, because that's the whole nature of this stream, is to explore the creative process. Okay, we're going to do the same thing, back down to 95. We're going to load up some samples, but we're going to load up better samples, or rather samples that I prefer, I should say. The drum and bass pack is pretty good. The house pack is pretty good. The IDM packs are pretty good. Yeah, we'll do the IDM pack. Oh, shoot. And you know what? Sometimes that glitch and bass pack might work really well for me, and sometimes it might not. Sometimes it just doesn't strike the right, part of my brain, and that's okay. Okay, so this is loading some sample packs. Yeah. Have a seat, I think. I made a big deal about the randomization, and then I'm just like, nah, fuck it, Polyend play. Kinda silly. Okay. I don't know, maybe this is a weird thing to say. I have a friend named Nick who started going to like a lot of like techno stuff with me, because I live in Minneapolis, and there's a good techno scene, good house music scene, good drum and bass scene, which I've never really gotten into. Drum and bass to me strikes me as too energetic for like a thing I want to go to. It stresses me out. But anyway, Nick started going to a bunch of techno stuff with me, and then a couple of years ago, Nick passed away, and I really felt like I was just getting to know him super well, and we were starting to do more stuff together. I was very excited about our friendship. And when he passed, the people who were responsible for distributing his things gave me a lot of his audio stuff. So this, I would never have had the reason or opportunity to buy a SM7B on my own. But shout out to Nick for the SM7B. He was a good man. Okay, let's pick a... Okay, so these kick sounds, they have a lot of different, like, qualities to them than the ones we were hearing before. And I think the way I kind of think about these is that they're meant to sit in a mix better, right? Like, the glitch and bass pack I was using and, like, a house pack or electro, they would want to cut through. But these are more subtle, I think, So we have to think about them in that musical context, because they won't do the same thing as a house kick, you know what I mean, or as a techno kick. Not all of them, at least. I kind of like these, like, little, like, just sine wave snaps, like 8. Okay, let's try this one. We'll just do a 4 on the floor for starters. Well, sure. That's a very cheesy beat to me. I don't like it. Okay, so now let's pick a snare. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, we'll do that one. I think it's a little bit loud though, so I'm going to turn it down. And I'm going to increase some reverb send. Okay, now we will find the hi-hats. Actually, this might be the sample pack that works really well with the like the lots of like textured sounds. Yeah, let's find the perks. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're gonna fix this. Hold on a second. So we're gonna randomize sample and folder. It sounds so silly. It sounds like a cartoon. Okay, that's got promise. That's got promise. Let's see here. Okay, let's turn the tempo down to about 73. Honestly, I'm not even sure how audible my voice is over the music. I have no clue. It sounds okay in my headphones, but whatever. Still sounds kind of silly. You can hear how, 75, 80 beats per minute, it feels like double time. It feels like 160, 170. Okay, let me... A little bit much. Let's see, I want to copy this one and then paste it here. I think we're doing too much with this. You know what? Let's leave it. Okay. I think that's the one. I'm gonna switch these. Okay. This is good. Okay. Turn the volume of that down a little bit. Okay. I see there's a couple people here. I don't know how many. I don't really know how this interface works quite yet. Hello, if you're new to the stream. Hello. My name's Michael. I make music as Disparity Bit. The whole concept of this stream was immediately undermined by my lack of preparation. So we're doing Polyend play stuff. I still have high hopes about finding the power chords I need, but I'm probably only gonna stream for another hour or so we'll find out. But this was a good trial run, no matter what happens. no clue if my voice actually stands out against the synthesizers. Can you hear me? Is anybody there? I think people are in here, but I can't tell if I'm audible or not. Let me adjust some stuff on my mixer. Okay. The microphone is also like pointed directly at the window, so like sometimes it gets just the sound of dogs or passing cars. Okay, let's do a little bit of melodic stuff. How about a bass line? Okay, I'm going to use the same technique as we did with the hi-hats. I'm going to tap out the rhythm, adjust some pitches, notes, and then we'll randomize the samples. So we'll start with just that. Okay, so I just kind of fucked around with that. Now we're going to lock it to a scale. I'll be honest with you, I rely pretty heavily on locking it to scales. Like, if I've got all the time in the world and I'm just having fun, then perhaps I will not lock it to a scale. But if I'm in an improvisational kind of like environment like this, I will lock it to a scale very quickly. Sure, Phrygian, why not? Let's see if we can find some chords. Oh wow, okay. Not really. Ooh, okay, I like this. I'm also going to change the relative speed of this track to be half time. Okay, so basically this will run 16 steps in the space of 32. Let's see. I don't like it at halftime. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. This beat is fun, but it's like more, I don't know, playful. Maybe we could try a different scale and see what results we get. So I'm set to D sharp Phrygian right now. Dorian sounds a little more mysterious. I like that. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. We'll copy that. There we go. And that gives it a little more juice, I think. Oh. Okay. I'm not very familiar with the sample collection, like melodic samples in this machine, so I am a little bit outside my wheelhouse here. So again, I see there's another person here. Not many people watching, and a lot of this will go down in posterity on my YouTube channel, I guess. But just to get people up to speed, the whole concept of the stream was to roll these giant dice, and one for the sequencer and then for the synthesizer, and mix and match. I rolled Zaquencer and SH32, which I was very excited about because that is a fantastic pairing. And then I couldn't find the fucking power cables. I've got like 15 power cables over here, just not these two. I've got all the power cables except for these two. So I ended up shifting gears, okay? And that's okay. Forgive me. I'll get my shit together for the next stream. Wednesdays, 7 p.m. I can't figure out where my cameras are. So what I'm going to do right now, because I do have power cables for the Blofeld, for the Cobalt 8, for the Argon 8, and for the Neutron, I'm going to move these two out of the way. I'm going to plug some of those synthesizers up, and we're gonna make some music with the MIDI tracks here, okay? All right, so bear with me. Did I move something? Did I fuck it up? Neutron. I promise I have some of these things figured out. Okay, so we've got this. Yeah, we've got this hooked up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy our bass line here, which I think I can do just like that, and then paste it like this. Then make sure this one's on the correct channel. Jack channel 15. This one. Yeah. MIDI in, MIDI out. Okay. Why? Okay, good. We got it. Okay, so this is coming in just the left channel. I need to fix that real quick. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna guess that's this one. Wow. Interesting. Wait, why did it stop? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, and 6. Okay, so I promise you I practiced this and this did not happen, so I don't know what the 5, 6, 4. Are you fucking serious with me right now? Okay. I just had him muted for some reason. God, that was about to get on my nerves. Okay. I was going crazy there for a second. Okay, so we'll get rid of this because we don't need that bass line anymore. Hey, Erdna, good to see you. The chord sequence, as of right now, is a sample here. So, okay. So, right now, all you're hearing is this. Okay, and this is the Neutron. I love it for bass lines. It's my absolute favorite. Let's get some drums. Okay. I'm trying to figure out why this is only on the left channel. It is a mono synth, like not only monophonic, but mono sound. Okay, one second. Okay. So one of the tricky things too is what I'm hearing in my headphones is coming straight out of the mixer. So I'm hearing everything coming from these, but you might not necessarily be hearing everything that comes from these. Okay, you were hearing it on both sides? Oh. It was panned on my mixer. Okay. Sorry about this. So we've got that, and then that, and then this one should go here. I'm on Linux, and so there's a little bit of manual setup with the audio. We good? Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to elongate. Let's see, I don't want to elongate all of them. I just want to do like this one. Okay. This is pretty good. So the Polyend play has the ability to, like, so I'm controlling the Neutron on jack channel 15. By jack, it means MIDI jack, right? I can configure CC messages based on the MIDI spec of this device. I have not done that yet, but it seems like a lot of fun, because then I could parameter lock CC messages. Boy, oh boy, that would be a blast. Let me get another synthesizer. I've already got the Argon power cord plugged in. Good to meet you, Andre. My name is Michael. So, there's that. Okay. This is really slapped together. Oh, hey, thank you. Honestly, that's so wonderful to hear, Andre. I never know like how much traction I'm getting with people, or like how many people are rewatching my, or like, you know, watching other videos based on previous ones. So that means a lot to me. Thank you for being here. Okay, let's find a good sound. Okay, so I gotta turn these down a little bit so I can think. Okay, so the Polyend play on the MIDI tracks has the ability to program chords, right? There is a chord function, and you can say like minor, major, major 7, etc. However, a fun way that I like to do chords is to take like 4 of these tracks. Okay, so I like to take like 4 of these tracks and program the chords manually, right? So maybe 1, 5, 9, 13 or whatever, I've got a note playing, but because they'll be on separate tracks, I can mute them individually. And when I mute them individually, it gives me a lot more variation. So with that dynamic, I can play the chords effectively as one long melodic sequence of single notes. Does that make sense? So let's give this a shot. We'll set all of these to... Can I set all those at once? No, okay. Okay. I think this one's on channel 4. Oh, hold on 1 second. I gotta fix the mixer. Okay, cool. Alright. I don't think it's coming through on the thing yet, though. Hold on 1 second. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to, like, count the inputs on my mixer and then, like, connect them. It's weird. I think this is 11 and 12, so... I'm gonna find a really, like, obvious sound, so when you hear it you'll know, and you can tell me if it's on left and right both. Okay, this one's pretty good. So I gotta connect these 2 things. I think it's this one and this one. Do you hear kind of a chord? Nice. Wonderful. Okay. Okay. So now, what I was describing with the chords. Let's pick... Okay, so this actually isn't a good patch for this. I'm going to pick a patch that is not already playing chords, because this one is stacked. I'm not sure... I can... Hold on. Let me close... Let me get rid of those 2 things. Okay, so mono, poly, unison, stack. The one we want is this poly light, and so I need to find a different patch real quick. I have some that I like way up here, but I always try to explore new patches with this thing. I'm a big preset twiddler. I do make my own patches, and we're going to use one of them right now that I made myself, but generally I don't find the need for it. Okay, so we've got the bass note here is a C4, so we'll call this, let's do a G sharp. Okay, so we just stacked a chord on these separate tracks. What I will do now, I forget how this works. I can copy and then paste. Okay, so now that we've got these copied, I will transpose. Ooh, not that much. Okay. Okay, so now that we've got this kind of like, I'm going to answer your question in just 1 second, Andre, I do see that. Now that we've got this kind of basic chord thing going on, we can put some like flavor notes in between, right? Okay, so this is kind of fun, right? Now, so now we can play each track individually. So this gives us a lot of flexibility. Like, I myself am a big, like, improvisational kind of guy. I like to, like, when I record my videos, I don't have, like, a song lined up. I have just, like, honestly, it's usually just 16 steps of, like, a variety of things. And then I mix and match. And I just kind of fuck with things and make it sound fun. The Neutron has a lot of sweet spots that I really enjoy. Oh, fuck. Oh, no! Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And, like, it's just the way I prefer to play, you know? Like, bro, my attention span is just not there. And I'm a hobbyist, right? Like, I'm playing for fun. I'm not trying to make the next big hit. So, to me, it's not super important to, like, finish anything ever. To answer your question, Andre, the question is, when I started to mess with music production, did I start with DAWs or go straight to synths and sequencers? The first thing that I bought was an Akai MPD32, okay? It's like, it's a MIDI controller for your computer. It came with Ableton Live Lite. And I liked that a lot. I pretty quickly sold my MPD32 in favor of something different, which I don't remember. Honestly, there's a guy. I'm gonna shout him out on the. Hold on a second. I'm gonna type this on the thing. Let me make that smaller. Alright. This guy. I have no clue. I've never figured out how to pronounce it. I say aerotime, like time, like the herb. It's a guy named Bobby. I met him like 15 years ago at a community college in Virginia. One of the most genuinely thoughtful and kind people I've ever met, and an incredibly talented producer. He makes like down-tempo, glitch, bass kind of music. You can find him on Spotify or whatever else. He's released a ton of music. But I traded, the first thing I bought was the MPD32, and I traded it to him along with like a few $100 cash for his MPC 1000. I did not understand how to use the MPC 1000. It was definitely above my level at that point. So what ended up getting me really hooked, I ended up getting Arturia Micro Brute. And the microbrute has keys. I don't like playing keys. I have Parkinson's disease. In case you haven't noticed, my hands are shaky quite often. And that just means it's kind of challenging for me to play keys and stuff like that. So a sequencer-based setup is better for me. So I got a microbrute, and I got a BeatStep Pro at some point, and I was controlling the microbrute with the BeatStep Pro. The microbrute also has modular connectivity, so I ended up getting like an LFO and a little rack to go with that, and that's what kind of got me into modular as well. So it was pretty early. This was like maybe 2010, 2011. I was kind of like, spreading out into all these different avenues of electronic music making pretty early. Although it's always just been about what's fun, like I've never really had too much gas. Like I bought a lot of things, but I always trade, right? Like when I buy something, I'm selling something else. Yeah, I don't know. But I've ended up with a good set of sequencers and a good set of synthesizers. Like in my day-to-day, like what I normally have set up when I just want to be able to play my music after work is the Neutron, the Argon, the Cobalt, and a sequencer. Traditionally that would be the Zaquencer and a TR-8. But I just got the Polyend Play a couple weeks ago, and it's been holding my attention pretty well. I love this thing, honestly. It's really, really fun. What do you say? I think we can add one more synthesizer. I got a lot of crap on the table here, but I can add another synthesizer to this. I'm gonna add the Cobalt just to get into the groove with it. Oh yeah, is the Mini Lab Mark II the only thing you have, Andre, or do you have some other gear as well? I'd be curious to know what your interests are. No, that's very relatable. It's intimidating until it's not. Oh, cool. Oh, got it. Yeah, I know that there's pretty big retailers in America and in Germany and in England, but I'm not familiar with the retail situation in Brazil. I know this is gonna blow out the camera situation, but it's dark in here. The Mini Lab. I'll be honest with you, I'm not even. Is it just a MIDI controller, or is it actually a synthesizer? Mini Lab. Arturia Mini Lab. Oh, okay. Cool. Did that come with software? Like I suspect that probably came with like Ableton Live Lite or something, right? There we go, it's sitting on the Behringer. But if the Mini Lab came with Ableton Live Lite, then you've got a lot of options at your fingertips, right? There are quite a few free VSTs out there, and there's some really good ones that if you just are willing or capable, I guess, of spending $100 or so, you could get top tier plugins. Personally, my favorite is Vital. I love Vital, and you can actually use Vital for free. The paid tier just gives you more presets, I think. Vital is really good, and Arturia Pigments is really, really good. I would highly recommend either of those. Yeah. Pigments is fantastic. Yeah. No, I get that. Have you recorded anything yourself? Like, because I've never really known how to describe my music either, right? Like, I listen to a lot of house and I listen to techno. I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota here, and there's a really big house music scene, really big techno scene. I go to a lot of live DJ events, and it's a lot of fun. I'm friends with a lot of those folks. But like, you know, I don't make that kind of music, and I've never. You know, early on I was like into like IDM, which I don't even know what the fuck that means nowadays. But there's a guy there. I for a while back in the day, I was on a forum called IDM Forums, IDMF. There's a guy who goes by IG88 who really, really inspired me, and I have always strived to make music even 10% as good as his music. IG88 is, I don't even know how to describe his music. It's not really IDM. It's just beautiful and wonderful. Yeah, exactly. It's like, it was such a, like, I don't think anybody within the IDM, like, genre called it that themselves. It was just something that, like, Pitchfork writers or, like, you know, people who review music were calling it. I don't know. Alright, I need one more MIDI cable. There we go. I was just looking at this and like thinking about what I was doing. Fuck the aesthetics of your synthesizer setup, by the way. I have no interest in aesthetics of the synthesizer setup. A lot of people on like Reddit and shit like that will post, rate my battle station. It's like, who gives a fuck, dude? Are you playing music? That's all that matters. Yeah, I would agree. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Now that we've got synthesizers hooked up. I just ran over my shoe with my chair. Okay. Now that we've got some synthesizers hooked up, I'm gonna start up from scratch once again. I'm gonna pick the house music pack, and so for some harder hitting drums, maybe should I do house or drum and bass? Like, just when you think about the style of drums, do you think house or drum and bass would be more fun right now? Because I do tend to write a lot of my music at like 85 beats per minute, which is like halftime drum and bass, and that's a lot of fun. Let's see here. New project. I almost never save my projects either because I don't care. Like, I can come up with a million new ideas. There's no need for me to save shit. Drum and bass. Yeah, okay, cool. Drum and bass it is. Samples. Load sample pack. Drum and bass load pack. Okay, while that's loading, I'm going to go refill my water. I can't refill my water when it's silent. Okay, I'll let it load. And then I'll make a nice little pattern for a minute. And then I'll go refill my water. Maybe grab a beer too. That sounds like a nice idea. It is 8:30 p.m. Usually I would still be awake for another like 3 hours or so, I guess. I don't know. I stay up close to midnight, but I've got to work quite early tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to be good about it and get to bed at a reasonable time, but no promises. Okay, so we've got the drums loaded. I'm not even gonna work with the drums quite yet, though. Okay, I'm gonna go. Jack channel 15 is the bass. I'm going to what kind of tempo should we do, Andre? Are you thinking like 80 85, or are you thinking like 125? What feels good? Yeah, a lot of 85 kind of stuff. Should we start there? Oh, okay, give me, what's up? 115? Okay, we can do 115. 115 works for me. Okay, so let me start. I'm not gonna do the bass quite yet. I am going to find a good like pad, okay? On which one do I want to use for the pad? I'll use the Cobalt for the pad. I put the Cobalt on channels. Oh, here, let's see here. It's going to be Jack channel 3, and then okay. Oh, okay, this is kind of nice, actually. Okay, no, I'm feeling it. Okay, yeah. Okay, just something basic to give us a framework to work with. It works a little bit better on the beat just because of the way the delay is set up. Okay. And then I think there's a better patch for this. No, that's not the one I wanted. Okay. Okay, let's lock it to a scale. Shoot. What note is this? C. Okay, we'll just keep it in C. Sure. But we'll do... Locrian? That sounds nice. Okay, let me dial back the release a little bit. On the amp. Oh, you can barely see this one. Hold on. Just cramming it all in here. Okay. Yes. Water. Where's my camera? There's my camera. Water. Give me just one sec. I wanna get one more element in here. Let's see what this sounds like. Oh, I guess I gotta pick the ratio. Okay, so I copied these 4 notes up to here and put them on this track so that this instrument will match the same melody here. Gotta find a good preset to start from. Oops. I do kind of like that, but it's not quite what I'm looking for. Where are you? There's a specific pad I want. Ooh, the ghostly flute might work. Nah. Ooh, okay, this is kind of a calm trues kind of style, like a little bit of warble to it. Let me... Yeah, kind of. Honestly, I wouldn't even say I subtract. I'll like close the filters, and then like on the amp envelope, I just kind of like refocus, right? I'll bring back like certain elements and then push forward other elements to kind of change the vibe and the tone of the song. Yeah, vital. Yeah, I love shakers. I love shakers. I love them like in place of open hi-hats a lot of times. Okay, I gotta go get my water. It's important. I gotta keep drinking water. I'll be right back. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I haven't gotten the hang of like this instrument enough to be doing full arrangements yet, but you're definitely right, because there's a what is it? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me take a note about that, because I will check it out. Trio Electrico Creeper Lane. Cool. Cool. I got it pulled up in another tab, so I'll check that out. Chose the wrong sample. Even that drum comes in, they give the full drum with hats. I'll cut off the sound right after. Yeah. No, that's a great arrangement tip for sure. So, like, at this point, with this groove, we're kind of like what I would call cruising altitude, right? Like with a groove at this point, this is what I would record for YouTube. I would say, okay, I gotta pause it, I gotta bring some elements out. Maybe I'll mute the bass and mute these. And I could even add some additional ones here. Whoa. What? Oh, do I have it targeting the wrong? Yep. That should be 3. 3. Check channel 3. Okay. Okay, not great. Not great. Let's fix this. It does sound like fun though, like a swarm. Okay, so I can mute all this and mute. Oop. This is kind of how I would build it up for the YouTube like video if I was recording a thing. It's kind of tricky to mute a sample track and then flip it over and unmute an instrument track. I'm sure I could do that with like the sequence chaining, but I haven't done it yet. No, I think risers are fun. Like, I frequently will fake them, like with my instruments, right? Like, okay, like I'll close the filter here, sustain really low, right? So let me, just for the sake of clarifying which instrument this is, it's these 4 tracks, right? I don't know, just like that wasn't a really great example, but I feel like it depends, right? Like, I get really sick of like I don't like modern American dubstep, or really American dubstep ever. Like, there's so many cliches of like the build up and the drop and the build up and the drop and the build up and the drop. It's so fucking boring to me. Like, if it just feels cheap and lame, and I don't like it. I think that's, you know, similar to risers, right? Like, because American dubstep uses the build up and the drop and the build up and the drop so repetitively, so exhaustively, it gets old because it's cliche. But if used sparingly, anything that's cliche can be cool again. And that's exactly how I feel about risers. I feel like as long as you're not overdoing it, it's fun. I should set some of these to be like chance to play. Yeah, you like that drum rhythm? That did turn out kind of nice, didn't it? Let me do more of like a ramp up into this. There we go. Oop. Yeah, this is fun. This sounds good. I like this. I want to make the bass line a little more staccato, though. And maybe I'll add more busyness to the bass line. Not quite. Something's fucked up about it. It's this note. I don't like this note. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's got a little legato. Something's still weird about this bass line. It feels like it's in a different key. Why do these snares sound so flimsy? Crank them. Crank them. Crank them. And then we'll reduce the kind of offset them. Now it feels like it's kind of pushing and pulling. That's fun. All right, I think I'm gonna wind down. Andre, thank you so much for interacting and chatting with me. Everybody else, I see there have been some people in and out viewing that have just kind of maybe been quiet in chat, and that's totally fine. I appreciate everyone for checking out the stream. Next time, I will have the power chords available, because I was legitimately psyched about the Zaquencer SH32 combo. Couldn't find either of the power chords. What a stupid situation. I think it would also be fun to do a Tarais Squid and Blofeld combo. Those would be fun. But yes. Andre, thank you so much. I plan on streaming every Wednesday at 7 p.m. You know, hopefully, cross my fingers. So hopefully I'll see you again next week if it works for you, if the time makes sense and you're available. Otherwise, thank you for coming out and joining me and listening. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. All right, I'll chat with y'all later.